The two suspects in the murder of a Border Patrol agent in Texas are illegal immigrants who've been deported several times. Agent Javier Vega was off duty and out fishing with his family Sunday evening when police say the two suspects came up and tried to rob them. Vega pulled out his gun and the men opened fire. Casey Stiegel joins us live from Dallas with the latest. This agent's father also shot as well.
Yeah, Molly, just a terrible story. He, however, is expected to be okay. He took a bullet to the hip, but there was nothing that could be done to save the life of his son, Javier Vega Jr., a U.S. Border Patrol agent for more than 6 years, a 36-year-old Marine Corps veteran, leaving behind a wife and young children who witnessed this murder. Happened in Santa Monica, Texas. That's just a stone's throw away from the border with Mexico, down near the city of McAllen. Hours after the shooting, it was a tip that came into the small town sheriff's office, which led them to their suspects. Authorities say the two men did admit to the crime, something that started as a robbery but then went terribly wrong.
While they were there, a vehicle drove by. They noticed it, and then they turned around and came back. Two individuals got out with the appearance that they were going to rob them.
The two men have been formally charged with capital murder. They are now being held without bond, Molly.
And these two suspects have a pretty lengthy rap sheet, right?
Yeah, they do, especially with ICE, Immigrations Customs Enforcement. According to court documents that have been obtained by Fox News, one of the suspects, 30-year-old Gustavo Tiarina, who you see there on your left, has been arrested no fewer than 4 times for entering the United States illegally between 2007 and 2010. He had been deported. The other man, 40-year-old Ismael Hernandez, has been deported at least twice that we know of. The local sheriff down there telling us that he believes that these two men are somehow connected to dangerous cartels. Just a terrible story, Mom.
Yeah, Casey, thank you so much. It's a horrible thing to happen to this family. Thanks for bringing us the story.
Talk a little bit more about it now with Julie Berginski, a Fox News contributor and former political advisor to late New Jersey Senator Frank Lautenberg, and Matt Keelan's the CEO of the Keelan Group and a conservative policy strategist. And good morning to both of you. Tough story here. I guess, Matt, you can come and go as you please, right? I mean, just borders wide open. We'll send you home, and you can come on back when you want.
I think it crystallizes the problem that a lot of Americans are feeling right now, that the border is set up to help illegal immigrants and not American citizens. And this is only one of the many cases of violent crimes against innocent American citizens. At some point, the American people are going to say enough is enough, and I think they're at that point now.
Julie, are they at that point?
Well, look, I mean, the problem here is that nobody in Washington seems to have the will to do anything about this. And you've watched the House of Representatives go through, I don't know what kind of contortion to get some sort of border bill done, although that border bill...
They got it done. That's more than the Senate did,
well,
right?
I'll tell you something. The Senate had a good Gang of 8 bill that obviously went nowhere because Republicans imposed it. But I will say that the House did not get it done. What the House did get done was deport a bunch of DREAM Act people who've grown up here. They didn't do much to secure the border. They certainly didn't even fund the border protections
that
Obama.
That this guy was shot and killed.
Well, no, come on, don't put those words in my mouth. It's not anybody's fault. It's not the Republicans' fault. It's the fault of the people that killed him that this guy got shot and killed.
I mean, listen to this. One suspect arrested no fewer than 4 times for entering the U.S. illegally.
And got deported.
The other was deported twice after entering the U.S. illegally as well. And these guys are just coming and going. Here is the big picture, guys, to both of you. If you had true border security, maybe these guys do not come and go as they please. Maybe they are kept out. But if you don't have true border security, they can do what they want.
Well, let me ask you this. What kind of border security? We're never going to 100%. There's just no way. There's no fortress America that we're going to be able to build. Look, the Israelis built a fence, and even they're having infiltration. We're not going to be able to build a fence across the entire Mexican border. It's just unrealistic. And by the way, 1,200
miles of border between Texas and Mexico.
And how are you going to secure all of that?
Let me make the point here, and then I'll let Matt respond to this, okay? Since Rick Perry initiated his Border Patrol agents going down there, the biggest area where people were coming across is the Rio Grande area. It was a 60-mile stretch. It's been cut in half by 60% in just the few days that they started. Matt, go.
Bill, at some point we got to get past talking points and rhetoric that the left keeps throwing out here and actually secure our border. We're at a point now where we have terrorists in Iraq saying they're coming here. We have criminal cartels trying to get into our country to sell drugs, to perpetrate violent crimes. And instead of pointing fingers, we ought to be passing a law, which the Republicans in the House, as you said, have tried to do. And the White House and Harry Reid is unwilling to cooperate and actually secure the border. We have to secure the border.
I don't know what securing the border means. Is securing the border making sure that there's zero people are able to come through?
It means when you're arrested 4 times, you don't come back in.
How?
At some point, you have to put
this guy got
4 times is enough.
Yeah, that's right.
After the second time, it should have been over.
And over how?
This agent would still be alive.
Over how? By putting a bullet in this guy's head? Over how? He gets sent back to...
put him in jail. When you break the law, you should
here.
go to jail.
Put him in jail here in the United States?
Who's going to fund Julie, what's your
fund that?
Julie?
Who's going to fund that?
What's your solution?
My solution to this is you want to talk about it, you want to secure the border, then fund it. You can't run around going back to your district and talking about how you want to secure the border, and yet you refuse to provide any kind of funding for it.
The funding in the Republican bill was to secure the border. The problem with the president's bill, there was no money to secure the border.
Hang on, Julie. Go, Matt.
The president's bill had 1% of the $4 trillion to actually secure the border. We have to stop the flow of criminals coming across the border. Shouldn't we want to know who's coming into our country?
Well, I would say to you this. First and foremost, this president has deported more people than any other president before him. So before you talk about how he's been weak on immigration, a lot of people on the left actually don't support him for that reason. Second,
all right, make it quick. I got to run.
Well, and my second point is you want to talk about securing the border, you got to provide the money for it. The Republicans provided money to deport dreamers. They did not provide the money to secure the border.
Always money. Julie Regency, thank you.
You.
Matt Keelan, thanks to you as well.
Thanks, Bill.
To be continued.